Hi, scholars. I hope you enjoyed the story, The Youngest Marcher. I have been looking into books for us to be reading during this time and for next year's classes, and this was one of my favorite ones that I found. And now that you have listened to the book and read it, I want to ask some reflection questions for you all because I know you are all such smart individuals. So you can feel free to either listen to these questions and talk about them with your parents or your brother and sister or your cousins, or you can even have a conversation with just pausing them after I ask a question and discussing it with whoever you're watching with, whatever you guys choose to do. But these are just some questions that I thought about while reading the story and that I thought would be interesting for you all. So, Audrey in the beginning of the story is trying to be so brave, which we all know is one of GLA's core values. And we say that every day in our creed. We show bravery, endurance, and enthusiasm. And I really think that Audrey in the story represents all of these. And I want you to think about what Audrey is going to be like, what she's feeling when, in the story, she decides that she wants to be one of the kids to go to jail. So I want to ask you to think, how do you think Audrey felt when she decided to go to jail? Remember, we can use all these story elements. We can use how she's feeling, what kind of character is Audrey, and what exactly is the problem in the story, and how do you think Audrey deciding to go to jail is getting to the solution? So I want you to think about that in your answer, and think about how she felt. You can also make a text-to-self connection to help you better understand how Audrey would feel during this, and think about how you would feel if you were in this situation. So like I said, you can pause the video here. I'm going to go on and keep asking some reflection questions just for you to think about for when you were reading the story. And you can also go back to the story to revisit these parts, really whatever you see fit. So we see Audrey go to school with her parents. And she goes to school to tell Miss Wills, her teacher, that she will not be in class for she doesn't know how long. She says maybe days, even a week. So she says, after she hugs Miss Wills goodbye, she says, Miss Wills was proud of her. And I want you to think, how did she know that Miss Wills was proud of her? Why did Audrey say that? Why did she think that? So I think she knows that Miss Wills is proud of her because as a teacher, Miss Wills wants her to do the most brave and enthusiastic and strong thing that she can do. And I think that Miss Wills was thinking that was it. And she hugged her and supported her in whatever she chose to do, and understood that if she needed to leave the school for that time, to go to jail, to fight for what she believes, then that was okay. So I think that's how Audrey knew that Miss Wills was proud of her. Now, once Audrey goes to jail, we know that she is more scared than she thought she was going to be. And we know this because she didn't think about that she wasn't going to be able to change her clothes. She didn't have a toothbrush. And she didn't know that she was going to be sleeping on this torn up mattress with only one sheet. And then at the very end of that page, we know that she is upset because she's crying in her jail cell. So we know she's upset and a little bit more scared and a little more sad than she thought she was going to be for doing this brave thing. And she's growing as a person when she's doing that to figure out what she needs to do. Then once Audrey's in the jail and she's figuring out that all of these other kids are coming with her and she's getting excited. And I want you to think about, why is Audrey excited when she finds out? You know she's excited. She's screaming out. The words get bigger. Why is she excited that they filled up all of the rooms in that jail? I want you to think about the character feelings here. So our character that we're focusing on, Audrey, how is she feeling? And why do you think she was feeling that way? So I think that Audrey was happy and excited because that meant that there were more kids who were showing that they believed in what they were working towards being treated the same as white people. And she is doing her best to be excited in a time where it's kind of scary. She's in a jail and she doesn't know what's going to happen, but she's excited because there's more kids who are fighting for the same things that she believes in. And then, scholars, what I want you to think about at the end of the story is, how did you feel? You can maybe put yourself in Audrey's shoes and try to understand how you might have been feeling if you were Audrey, making another text-to-self connection. I also want you to think if you've ever read any other books like this, and think about how you have those text-to-text connections that we've been working on in our past books, but just thinking about what you're feeling at the end of the book. All right, scholars, I really hope you enjoyed The Youngest Marcher. I thought it was very interesting. I really liked it a lot, and I really loved these questions. So I am excited that you guys are reading it, and let me know if you've read it before. But I hope you all have a great rest of your day or afternoon or night whenever you watch this. All right, bye-bye.